has the time gone? What? We were just singing the Carpenter song not too long ago. We've only just begun to live, you know. And that was back in '73. Oh, so where has the time gone? So I mean, so we're eating it up. You know, we haven't lived all of how we want to live. We still got stuff to do. We have places we got to go. We got to do that 40-day European cruise around the Mediterranean. We still got to do that. We got to go to Israel.
Bucket list.
That bucket, we got to go to Rome. I told my wife, well, I might want to jump out of a plane, but I'm still thinking about that. The jury's still out on that. I haven't put that on the list yet. But we have things we want to do with each other, for each other, and because of each other. So it's still fun. It's still exciting. We're still learning each other. I haven't learned because you know, she's got layers. I'm still pulling back layers. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, still pulling off layers, and she's still learning me because I'm a pretty complex guy. Okay, I mean, but it's fun. It's interesting because most people they don't really know each other. You know, if it's surface stuff, if it's just physical, that's just one small layer of the whole person. And so we want to go deeper, right? We want to go deeper into this love. We want to go deeper into knowing each other. We want to go deeper into building this house that we create. We created a beautiful home together, and we want to enjoy it. We want to enjoy each other. And so that's why, see, now the kids are out of the home, grandkids are nearby, but the house is ours. And see, when you have that separation anxiety, y'all know about separation anxiety? It's like, okay, we were living with the kids, so it's all about them, but now it's all about us. So I'm glad that we have gotten to learn to love each other and know each other so that when there's no grandkids or kids around, we still have something to do. We still have places that we can enjoy being together and be able to sit in the house. You know, it's quieter than it used to be. That's for sure. And so we have to create our own noise, which is fun too. Okay. All right. And so as soon as you pull that up, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. At the very top of the pyramid, while it does not consume as much space, it does stand in first position. How many of y'all believe truth is important? Mm-hmm. Think it's important?
Yes.
I think it is. Okay, so now read the definition for truth at the bottom. Fidelity. Constancy. Okay.
Sincerity in action.
All right. Mm-hmm. So, wouldn't that be nice if how would your relationship be if there were no truth? Couldn't hang, huh?
Poor.
If you didn't know if you didn't know your spouse was always telling the truth, how would you feel from day to day?
Stressed.
Stressed, insecure,
Sad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Unsure what tomorrow may bring. You may come home and the house is cleaned out, or your bank account is cleaned out. How would that feel? Not cool. So truth makes you free. And it makes a relationship free when there's truth and honesty, and we're, giving each other a reality of who we really are. We're giving them a reality. And I think that's vital in your relationship to always tell the truth to each other, even if it hurts, right? Do y'all promise to tell the truth? All right. Hands up. I promise to tell my spouse the truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. So help me, Lord. Okay? So you got to tell them the truth. Now, I promise, I have never lied to my wife. Since we've been married, I've never lied to her. Never. But I pray there's certain questions she never asked. Okay. So we're just gonna keep that cool. I promise to tell the truth. But please don't ask me that. Okay. Secondly, you have care. Second from the top, care. All right. Read the definition for care.
Attention, recognition, kindness, intelligence,
to furnish with power or authority, to cover, to cause, to stand,
Yeah.
support.
So we should care. Should we care about each other?
yes,
Should we care for each other? Both of them very important. To care about and to care for. To care about is the whole spirit of investing your time for each other. To care for them is actually to put it in action and demonstrate what you really believe is most vitally important to your spouse. Number 3, respect. Read that.
To look back, to admire, to hold in high regard.
Okay. Now, how many of y'all respect is really important to you? I mean, really important.
Yeah.
And you'll find out with the men, that's probably like way up at the top.
Right.
To feel respected. And way up for the women is what?
Love.
Ooh.
care.
Okay, all right. Way up there for y'all. Okay. And support and all that stuff that goes along with it. All right. And respect. Yes, we need to feel respected. That we're number one to you. Right? Not number 2, number 3. And sometimes we may even feel like we're playing second fiddle to the kids and the grandkids. Y'all know that's important, right? Because sometimes we're I just got to take care of the kids. What about me? Don't forget about me. I'm important too, right? All right, and so we need that. Come on now, I know we like to be like the Lone Ranger, but we need love too, right? Men need love too. We need to know we're important, not just to support and bring on money and all that stuff, but Daddy need love too.
Yeah.
All right, and then we see communication. Communication is what? The exchange of meanings between individuals through a common system of symbols, what?
Signs or behaviors.
So we can communicate verbally and non-verbally, right? That's right.
Right.
How can you tell when someone's listening to you? Eye contact, body language,
The response.
response, very important. So all those things are important. So, one of the things I've been accused of is not paying attention. So sometimes I have to put everything down and right there, not fiddling with stuff, and not watching something else while we're talking, but that eye contact and that direct involvement is very vital in communicating. So I know that's a constant reminder to me, because there's so many people around. I'm multitasking in my mind. I'm thinking about this person, I got this person, I'm thinking about who's doing this, who's taking care of that, so I have to isolate my attention to that individual. I can't carry on a conversation with a group of people, because in my mind begins to go to so many different tasks. So I have to individualize that attentiveness. So that if I'm with a couple, I have to be exclusive in that attentiveness to them. And so communication is very, very important. See, in fact, I was at a restaurant the other day, and there was a whole family, and and everybody at the table, you know, they weren't engaging. Everybody. And it was like nonstop. See, people are talking more, but they're communicating less. Just because you're chatting and you're texting and you're emailing, that doesn't mean you're communicating. You're just talking. But the real communication is engagement, where you're actually engaged with each other. You're interacting. There's some understanding. There's some, a discourse going on. And then there is more positive action that is a result of the communication. So when you're communicating effectively, there is a result.
That's right.
There's a result that takes place. Because just because you all talked about the problem doesn't mean you really communicated. Some people, they just talk about problems all the time, but they never come to a resolution. So if we're going to talk about this, can we please settle it? Can we? Is that okay if we settle this? I like stuff settled. Why? So we can move on to other things. Because if we talk about this and we resolve it today, I don't want to talk about it tomorrow. I don't want you bringing it up next week. I thought we settled it. I just want to talk about it. No, I don't want to talk about it if we can't settle it.
That's right.
Because all that is doing is, it's just blowing air. It's just, see, what's the temperature outside? What do you think? What's the temperature?
Like 70.
Okay. Now, can you control the temperature out there?
No.
But we can control the temperature in here, right? We can adjust it. And that's what healthy communication does. It adjusts the temperature, the temperament. It adjusts the temperament of your relationship. So you can adjust that. And so we know we've communicated appropriately when we've made an adjustment on how we interact. And it's better, right? So the purpose of the thermostat is to adjust the temperature to a comfortable level. I think that's good communication when you do that. So now we can go to bed, with an embrace rather than back-to-back stuff. You know what I'm talking about, that back-to-back stuff. This is my side, I'm going to hug this side, and you hug that side. Then there's this big valley. There's a valley in between. We don't want that. We don't want that. That's like Death Valley. So we want really healthy communication. And then the last one, time. Notice time should be the most consuming element in terms of the content of your relationship. Time is what? Just read that. The point or period when something occurs. And it's great when you can have repeated actions that are beneficial, productive, and pleasurable. You want that. And I know my wife's, one of her primary love language is quality time. She likes quality time. And I think that's important. That's vital. And then words of affirmation go along with it. And now I know how to love her better. I'm not loving her as best as I could, but I'm loving her better. And so you want to consider the importance of the time that you spend together and value the time. The Bible says redeeming the time because the days are evil. That is, I'm going to get I'm going to take advantage of as much time as we can together. Why? Because we don't know what tomorrow may bring, so enjoy today.
That's right.
That's what the video is really saying, while you have time, use the time. While you have time to spend together, live it up, love it up, all right? And have joy in each other's company. Do you like being with each other? Mm-hmm. Then you want to make sure you quantify, and qualify the time you have, make good on it. Have prime time. Prime time. What's prime time?
It's valued more.
6 to 10.
Yeah. That's prime time. You know, and that means that's the area where, you know, that's your entertainment value time. Mm-hmm. You know, where you should spend that time with each other and not let other people and other things, you know, rob you of that, the best hours of the day. Right. You know, when you can enjoy celebrating the things that you did during the day while you were apart, so you can have more time to share with each other. And quality days of the week. What are the quality days of the week?
Sunday.
Saturday.
You know how folk like to sleep in on Saturdays? We don't get a chance to do that much, but when you do, woo, this was nice. Or to go out for brunch, have breakfast together. You know, and in Phoenix, it's hard to take a walk on the beach.
No beaches.
But we can go to Manhattan Beach, you know, Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, you know, Redondo Beach, Santa Monica Beach. I mean, we can just ride, go bike riding together along the beach, or take a walk. Or in this case, you know, y'all some lakes here, right? Lakes and streams and rivers, and you know, other areas where people can just engage together, like you did when you were a teenager. You remember them days? Vaguely. Some people, they say, well, I didn't like being a teenager. I loved it. I loved being a child in poverty. I didn't know we was that poor till I got grown. Right. Man, we was poor. We couldn't even afford the art. We was just poor. But I sort of had one of those Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn youths. You know, just every day was an adventure. You know, sometimes the adventure was trying to find food to eat. Because I didn't know we were so poor. Man, my brother, we would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just going out trying to get, we were hustling bottles. Trying to get enough food so we can have some lunch money when we go. Because it's not cool going to school where all the kids got lunch pail. You know, what was the name of some of the lunch pails? Roy Rogers lunch pail and Superman lunch pails, and we had a brown paper bag. But I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as like, hey, this is the only life I got. Can't change it. Just might as well live it, right? And growing up, you make the best of it. And you're with somebody that has given their life to you. I take this as an honor that someone would take my last name. Wow. That's a sacrifice. To give up your last name and take my last name, you know, at first I felt like, wow, this is too much. I can't handle this. That's too much responsibility. You know, then you have children, they just come and they just plop the little baby on the bed and say, see ya. I got babies to take care of. Oh, Lord, got to take care of kids. But I believe the Lord prepares us. As we trust Him, He prepares us for the things we have to manage. And those were some of the best days. Some of the best days of our lives. You know, some of the best days. But those are not all the days. We still have days, right? So why don't we just make the best of these days?
That's right.
Enjoy these days and grow and mature and keep loving each other. Love doesn't end. Love is love is
Patient.
love is
Kind.
love is
Gentle.
love is
Forever.
love is
Forgiving.
love is
Understanding.
love is
Gentleness.
love is
Compassion. Being compassionate.
love is
Learning.
love is
Also.
love is
Diligent.
diligent. Love is enjoying the people that God has given you to love. You know? Enjoying the people God gave you to love. So, God gave me you to love. God gave us people to love. Right? He gave us people to love. So what are we going to do with this person?
Love.
Huh?
Love.
You know how to love them? If you don't know how to love them, just ask them. Right? If you don't know how to love that person, ask them, how do you want me to love you? I guarantee you they'll tell you something. I promise you. How would you like for me to love you? They will, in fact, they'll give you a list. But let's keep it simple. Even for this time, I want you to write down 3 things. Just 3 things. And you're going to have to share this with your dear wife, and you're going to have her to give you a response. So what you're doing is you're writing down 3 things, 3 ways that you want your spouse to love you. Write down 3 things. 3 ways that you want your spouse to love you. I'm going to get it too. I'm going to really get it. I might as well write mine out too.
Do you mean 3 things or 3 ways that they're not already doing, or?
No, not necessarily. How I want you to love me. And 3 things. This is how I want you to love me. But it could be. I'm not saying it's not, but it could be. After you finish writing it out, give it to them.